Looks like we only got about a third of the crew here today. Okay, boys. Since you don't want to work in building construction, I'm going to give you a bigger task. You get to help fix all the highways around here. There's more chuck holes here than you can seek a stick at. Plus, many of them get real deep, about 5-6 feet down. And dark, too. This'll give them something to do. Hello, everybody. Sparkster1701 here. And we're taking a look at something a little different this month around. We're taking a look at some Blokees figures. Blokees figures like these guys here, they're available in a small blind box such as this one here. You can see right there's the name, Blokees. It's a Chinese firm and they make a lot of buildable figures like this. So they also do figures for the various Ultraman series. And one or two other things. I believe Sesame Street monsters are also in their own series as well. But by and large, the biggest one that they're doing are the Transformers. And since I recently started buying some, thanks to finding a bunch of them at one of my local stores, we'll take a look at the first two that I put together. Which, coincidentally, coming off from last month, are Constructicons. Now, these guys weren't covered in last month's videos, so kind of a bonus treat, so we won't be treading on too much old territory. Right here, we have Hook. Hook was available in this box. He's from the fourth wave of the toys. And the box features Shockwave and Nemesis Prime on the sides of it. And then we have Scavenger, who is in the third wave, and it has Bumblebee and Soundwave on the box. Of course, you look at the one side of the box, and it will show you all the toys that are in that are available in that wave. Many of them are available in a 1 out of 9 ratio. There's usually one guy, like in the third wave, it was apparently Soundwave, who has a 1 in 12 chance of being available. And then there's a super rare one that's 1 out of 36, and that apparently is also Soundwave. But this one, the super rare one, comes with Laserbeak to mount on his arm. That's kind of cool. At any rate, these guys are non-transformable, so it's kind of a downside, but on a plus side, they are pretty well done up to sort of resemble their animation counterparts. It's not 100% perfect, but they are nice. And these, before the tariffs really start kicking in, these retail for about $8. We'll set Scavenger aside and we'll put some focus here on Hook. Hook is, of course, the surgical engineer for the Constructicons. And he would have been made leader of the group if not for his perfectionist attitude. Hook insists on everything being perfect, which even boils down to his job. He'll take 20 minutes to do a simple task just to ensure it is perfect. But on the plus side, on another plus side for Hook, his function is listed as surgical engineer. So he kind of doubles as a surgeon for the Decepticons. So it makes kind of an interesting thing with him. Now, the thing with these Blokees figures is that on many of them you'll get a bunch of different hands for them. I've got Hook here with both styles. You got the traditional closed fist, which would mean he could hold his gun. And we also have this open hand. So you can kind of get a lot of different positions with him. Gotta watch what we do. This is a family channel here. The articulation on these guys is rather wicked here. Because, I mean, you build this whole guy up. I mean, there's a section of body inside the armor that's on the front and the back, and that's where you would attach the shoulder joints and the neck joint. And, of course, the hips are a separate piece as well. All the legs are built out. You build out all the arms and add the extra pieces. Like on Hook here, we got the wheels. And of course, since he was a construction crane as his alternate mode, we even have that on his backside. And the neat thing about it is that it is also articulated. It is on a ball joint, so you can turn it around all the way. You can move it up and down. And the hook can even be swung. So, I mean, you can even have it hanging over here above his head. The only problem is it doesn't come with a steel I-beam to put in it. But, of course, as you can see, that hook is very small. So, I wouldn't recommend trying to fit anything in it, but that's your call, my fine friends. Yeah, let me show you some of this articulation on these guys. Head can be turned from side to side, and because it's done up as a ball joint, it will look up and down. You can raise his arm up to the side about so far, but it will rotate at the shoulder joint all the way around. He's got a hinge at the elbow, so you can bend his arm at the elbow 90 degrees. The elbow is also done up on a swivel, so you can swivel the arm at the elbow, just like G.I. Joe Battle Grip. There's articulation at the wrist, so you can twist his hand around, and it does move back and forth a bit. You can twist him at his hips, so he does have some dance moves. You can spread his legs apart into a full split. He does have a thigh cut. You can raise his leg at the hip 90 degrees. You can bend him at the knee a little greater than 90 degrees. Plus, you can also twist his feet at the ankle. You gotta be careful there because they can come out. That's better. Wasn't in solid enough. But you can twist and position the ankle so you can get yourself a lot of different poses with these guys. This is just impressive and incredible. Plus, they also come with a figure stand. So you can position him in any way that you want on the figure stands. So let's see, we'll shift the arm a bit. Try to make it look like he's doing a rallying call. Kind of twist his leg a bit. And there you go. You're really only limited by your own imagination. Plus, there's another bonus thing with the stands, and we'll cover that in a moment. Let's move right along here to Scavenger. Scavenger functioned mostly in salvage and excavating for the Decepticons, since apparently he has special sensors in his excavator bucket here that allows him to find unique materials, and possibly he could spot oil. It's only accurate about 80% of the time, so in a lot of cases he ends up digging up junk in your backyard like dog bones, or like Rick Harrison always claimed out at his pawn shop, petrified dinosaur crap. Don't know why you would think anybody would pay real money for that, but whatever. Scavenger's also the pathetic sot of the Constructicons, since he wants everybody's approval and often gives them these little weird trinkets that he finds as gifts in order to gain friendship. And then now, of course, just like with Hook, he's got the same type of articulation. Oh yeah, one other thing with the shoulder joint is you can move the arm up and down a bit at the shoulder, in addition to the rotation. But he's got it all. Same kind of stuff. You know, spread the legs, thigh cut, bend the knee, twist the ankle. And also, like Hook, you can manipulate the excavator arm on his back. Got a joint at the base, it's got a joint in the middle, and of course at the bucket. So all in all, you get some real good articulation on these small guys for the small price that we have to pay for them at the moment. Now, as we said earlier, there's a special thing about the figure stand. So on both sides it has this set, these sets of teeth on it, which more or less means that if you want to, you can interlock them together and you can build your own display. I only have a couple others of the Constructicons. They'll get shown at some future date. Right now, I don't want to inundate everybody with Constructicons, since we already covered a couple of them last month, and starting off on this month with them. But like I said, I bought these guys as a blind batch, so I didn't know what I was getting. And in a lot of ways, I kind of like that with them. Makes it kind of fun to see what you might pull. You don't know what you're going to get, and that kind of leads to some of the fun, unless you decide to buy them by the case. And I did do that with some. You'll see some of them as the month progresses. At any rate, what do you think of all these guys, gentlemen and ladies that are watching this channel? What do you think? Would you pay $8 to get a random Transformer like this? Let me know down in the comments section. At any rate, that's my look at the Blokees versions of Hook and Scavenger. I hope you all enjoyed it. Please do remember that if you love the content we feature on this channel, I would certainly appreciate a like, share, comment, and subscribe. This is Sparkster1701 saying I will catch you all later.